Hi, I'm Dom. I'm a guitar teacher in Vancouver, BC. Today we are going to look at a B.B. King solo, more specifically the solo off this album on the song You're Still My Woman. This is the album Indianola, Mississippi Seeds. It's got his birth certificate on the back. Super cool album. Also, a quick shout out to my Aunt Sandy for gifting me this, as well as 2 milk crates full of records with some really good stuff, including the Shaft soundtrack. So good. And what else was there? Led Zeppelin 4. And this. I chose this solo to teach my students for a lot of reasons. B.B. King, I feel like I don't even have to say that I think he's pretty good. Like, he's okay, I guess. But if I was to look at this from like a theory perspective or like a technical difficulty perspective, it's not a very hard solo to play. But it teaches us the value of the minor pentatonic scale, the potential that we can get from those 5 notes. In this case, we're in the key of E minor. And I also just use this to kind of start getting students to learn things by ear. Okay, blabbering over. Let's learn the solo. In order to make this solo a little bit easier to learn, and by easier to learn, I just mean easier to hear, is I isolated the guitar and the piano. So now it sounds like this, and fun fact, it's Carole King on the piano. So now, no drums, no bass, no vocals, just guitar and piano. And so let's get to learning it, and we're gonna do it in chunks. And I like to tell students that these are kind of like little phrases, they're like little sentences. He has pauses in between these phrases, so we'll learn it phrase by phrase. Also, a quick tip, if you're trying to learn solos, you gotta sing them. You just gotta. I am not a good singer by any means. I really am not. I still sing my solos because it helps you to internalize it, it helps you to remember it, it makes it so you don't have to, rewind a track 5 billion times. If you can sing it to yourself and just repeat it over and over again, that's way easier than hitting rewind. Okay, so let's listen to the first phrase and I'll pause. That's all I'm gonna hear. So our first note, ba ba. It's gonna be 12th fret of our first string, our E string, the root of the scale. Then we have this other lick, ba 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 ba. That's close enough. Like I said, not a good singer. 14, 12 on the G, and then 14 on the G. And he does a really subtle bend, and if you've listened to B.B. King or you've tried to play any of his solos before, you know that it's all about these really subtle little bends that add this attitude, this kind of sauce to it. So we go ba 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 ba. Little tiny bends, little baby bends, I call them. Ba 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 ba. Really, really subtle. All right, let's hear our second phrase. So again, we're kind of circling around the root. In this case, we're starting on the 12th fret of the B string, going to the root. So we've got B, 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 12th fret of the B string to E, ba, da, da, ba, ba. Now we're gonna go, and we're gonna do a bend on the 15th fret. If you don't know how to bend, it's something that takes a lot of practice. It's a little painful at first. My preferred method is I like to use my ring and my middle together on the same string, sometimes even my pointer finger, just to get a little bit more leverage. But our goal note is this note 2 frets above, that's an A, so we're bending a G to an A. So you'll kind of be able to check, am I in tune? A good bend is a bend that's just in tune. So that's it. We bent the 15th fret a whole step up from G to A. And I'm adding a little bit of vibrato because that's what B.B. King does. Now we have this kind of faster pentatonic lick. So I'm kind of going down the scale, then back up, then skipping to G, so slow, what the second phrase altogether sounds like. And we're gonna end on that root. And when we're landing on that E, we're actually gonna hit it 4 times. Then we're gonna go to G, we're gonna hit that twice. Now we're gonna do a hammer on 12 to 14. 3 times on the A. Gonna go to the B, then skip down to the G again. If you'll notice, I added a little bit of a bend there. This next phrase, I'm not gonna give you the notes, you're just gonna learn it by ear. I'm gonna do it real slow. One more time. Now we have this really simple phrase. I'll play it and then I'll play it. So he's actually only doing 3 notes there. We're starting on the 5th, this time on the A string. And the reason why it sounds so good, even though it's so simple, is he's kind of adding inflections in it. So I'll play it again. So the second to last note that he did had a little extra on it. Right? It just adds so much more personality to it, even though it's so simple. Here's our next phrase, which again uses a lot of note repetition with varying degrees of volume and attack. Here we go. So we're starting again on our E, 14th fret. Listen to it one more time. Here's the phrase. Now this is another bend. This time we're going to do it on the 15th fret of the B. So we're actually bending up to the root. We're going D to E. And again, adding vibrato, really heavy vibrato. Because BB loved his vibrato. And this last lick, it's a little bit hard to hear. This is what I think it is. I think we do that bend. And then I think he kind of goes a little bit of a chromatic moment. I'll play it for you. You give me your opinion. I think I got it. So here's the very, very last lick. Starting on the B, so 14th fret of the A. That's it. Go enjoy the sunshine and listen to some BB King. That's my recommendation for the rest of your day. Bye.